It's January 15th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a brutal crime that slipped into legend without answers, a city overwhelmed by an impossible wave, and a warning written before a catastrophe struck. Let's begin. On January 15th, 1947, Los Angeles awoke to a nightmare. In a vacant lot on South Norton Avenue, the body of a young woman was discovered, carefully placed and disturbingly deliberate. She was Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress who had vanished days earlier, and the press would soon give her the nickname that echoed through history, the Black Dahlia. Investigators quickly realized this was no ordinary crime. The scene suggested calculation, patience, and a chilling sense of control. Short's severely mutilated body was completely severed at the waist and drained of blood. The body appeared to have been washed and posed by the killer, and her face had been slashed, creating a Glasgow smile. It was as if the killer wanted the body to be found, but on their terms. As the newspapers exploded with speculation, false confessions poured in. Suspects came and went, leads became dead ends, and evidence vanished. Despite being one of the largest investigations Los Angeles had ever seen, no one was ever charged. Decades later, the question still lingers. Who killed Elizabeth Short, and how did they disappear without a trace? On January 15th, 1919, the streets of Boston's North End were unusually quiet, until a sound like a distant thunder roared through the neighborhood. Without warning, a massive industrial tank ruptured, unleashing a towering wave of molasses into the city. What followed would be later remembered as the Boston Molasses Flood. A thick, fast-moving wall of syrup surged through the streets at astonishing speed, ripping buildings from their foundations and sweeping people, horses, and vehicles into its path. Witnesses described struggling to move as the molasses hardened in the winter air. Cries for help were quickly swallowed by the sticky flood as rescuers fought the impossible conditions, digging victims out by hand as the syrup slowly cooled and thickened. 21 people lost their lives, and more than 100 were injured. The neighborhood would smell faintly sweet for years afterward, an unsettling reminder of what had happened. In the aftermath, investigations revealed shocking negligence, poor construction, and ignored warnings. The disaster led to one of the largest lawsuits of its time and forever changed the industrial safety laws. For Boston, January 15th would always mark the day when something harmless turned deadly and the city got caught in its grip. On January 15th, 1662, London was uneasy. In his private diaries, civil servant Samuel Pepys recorded a city weighed down by tension. The monarch had been restored, but peace had not followed. Pepys wrote of public anger towards the royal court, unpaid debt, and growing resentment. Everywhere he went, he sensed frustration in the people and noted they were very full of trouble. That winter was unusually warm, and the weather unsettled the population. He quietly observed whispering that disease might return. London remembered the plague all too well. Later that year, after witnessing the execution of Republican Henry Vane, Pepys recorded a chilling remark from his friend that the fall is coming upon us all. Within just a few years, those quiet anxieties would prove horribly accurate. London would be devastated by the Great Plague of London, followed by the Great Fire of London. Pepys never claimed prophecy, but his words captured the calm before catastrophe, a city holding its breath just before everything burned. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.